Welcome back to KR Runs. I just wanted to post a quick update on my Great North Run training. It's now 3 or 4 days. It's Sunday is Great North Run Day. I must admit I'm getting nervous, excited, not quite sure what to expect. I'm really hoping that the crowds are out in force on Sunday. The elite fields have just been announced and it's pretty exciting. The likes of Galen Rupp, Bashir Abdi, Molly Seidel, some of the stars of the Tokyo Olympics are here, and it just kind of adds to the excitement. It feels like this is one of the biggest races that's going to have happened since the pandemic last year began. So it's all sort of coming home now. When I look back at my training, this is week 14 of 14, and I'm just looking at my Strava here, just looking at the very first run. Anyone who follows me on Strava, I'll put a link in the description below, will know that I've been sort of coding in the description my runs with a tag GNRD slash X days to go. So I've been saying GNR day 1, 97 days to go. So that was my first run. It was a 13 times 350 meter jog and a 50 meter walk. I ended up doing 3.23 miles, 8.5 minute mile pace. So that was the first day on the journey, and every time I've posted a training run on Strava since that day, I've marked it up with how many days I'm into the training program and how many days are to go to the event itself. So I'm just preparing to go out later this evening to do my very last strenuous run. So I'm going to do a 10k split session where I'm practicing the types of power output that I'm going to be using in the race itself. So this is the last sort of big session. It's going to be over 10 miles in total. You might say it's a little bit risky, but to try and explain where I'm at with the Great North Run. The Great North Run is my B race. My A race is going to be the Manchester Half Marathon on the 10th of October. So I'm not really tapering going into the Great North Run. And the Great North Run very much is a test run to see how I handle various intensities. So in terms of training, I'm really proud of the 14 weeks that I've put in. I've raced quite a bit during the 14 weeks. I did a 3k on the track, I did a 5k on the track. Those were the first times I'd ever raced on the track, so I'm hoping to do more of that in the future. I also did 2 road 5ks, the second one culminating in a really big breakthrough in terms of a PB, 16:01 at the Quayside 5k in the middle of August. So that really points me to something around about 75 minutes, maybe 74, maybe even 73 for the half marathon. But I'm certainly not going out on Sunday at the Great North Run pushing for a 73 or 74. The plan is to go out there and execute a strategy which is the first 15 kilometers I'm going to be running at around 348 watts. So I'm going to operate in a zone between 344, 352, hoping to average 348 coming out of that 15k. So what does that mean? Well, according to Stride, I should be able to run a full marathon at around 339 watts. So it's going to be an intensity harder than marathon effort, but easier than a true half marathon effort. I'm then going to look to pick up the pace and negative split. So the last 6.1k, I'm hoping to average around 360 watts. So again, I'm going to have a +4, -4 range between 356 and 364, hoping to average 360 for that last 6.1k. So I'm hoping that will deliver a noticeable increase in my pace. Well, I'm not going to refer to pace. I am going to take a 5k split So on my Garmin, I'm going to hit a lap on 5k because I want to be around, I don't really want to be any quicker than 18 minutes, but I don't want to be any slower than sort of 18:50. So that's a range. Then I'm just going to focus and I'm going to try and take another split at 15k. So I don't want to be going through 15k any faster than 54 minutes, but I want to be around 54, 55, and then I'm going to pick up. And if I execute that strategy correctly, and the conditions aren't adverse, I would expect to be coming around 1 hour 16. But I'm probably going to be somewhere between 1 hour 16 and 1 hour 17. Ultimately, the worst case scenario for the Great North Run is that I don't run any slower than 1:19. 1:19 is the qualifying time for England Athletics, and if I go faster than 1:19 in the Great North Run, that really means I can just go to Manchester, forget about times, and just try and race to finish in the top 3 in the Vet 40 category. So that's the plan. As I say, training's gone well. You know, it's not high mileage. I'm averaging around 34 miles per week. But I've been consistent. I've kept motivated. I've kept injury free, touch wood. Obviously had a few little hiccups along the way, but there haven't been hiccups that have derailed the training. So as I say, I've got one last session tonight. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I'm gonna remember just to be sensible with it. I'm not gonna go out and kill myself on it. It is hot and humid out there today, so I'm waiting till around 6 p.m. when it cools off just slightly, because I don't really need that extra fatigue from going out in the middle of the day. Weather reports for Sunday look like it is going to cool off, which is good. What else in terms of running shoes? I'm going to use the Nike Air Zoom Tempo Next Percent. That's a deliberate choice. I had the option of the Next Percent 2. I'm going to save those for Manchester. In terms of nutrition, I am going to take one gel out with me. The plan would be to take some on board after 40 to 45 minutes, depending on how I feel. If I'm feeling fine, I'll just chuck it when I can. Otherwise, I'm probably just planning to coat the mouth a little bit with the gel just to get a little bit of glucose flowing. I'm definitely not going to be trying to ingest the whole thing. I tried one on my long run on Sunday and I struggled a little bit with it, so I'll just be taking a little bit on board. In terms of logistics on Sunday, still trying to get to the bottom of the best way of getting to the start line happy and unstressed. I do live very close to the Great North Run starting point, so it's just a case of working out how to get around the starting funnel, toilet facilities, that sort of thing. Anyone who follows me on Twitter will see that I've been quite active on Twitter recently, so follow me at KEVRICH1981. I do have a bit of a race sort of tradition or protocol, if you want to call it that, in terms of beetroot and caffeine. So I will be taking some beetroot shots before the race, and I'll also be taking some caffeine before the race just to get myself pepped up. But yeah, really excited, getting nervous now, which is a good sign. After today, it's very much easy run tomorrow, rest on Friday, and a little leg loosener on Saturday. But if I don't feel like it, I will skip that. If I am going to do it, I'll do it early on Saturday. But I hope that's been useful. If you're running the Great North Run, please get in touch, comment down below how you're feeling. Are you getting excited? What are your plans? What are you hoping to get out of it? I'd love to hear from you, and hopefully the next video will be a summary of how things have gone. But until then, take care and happy running.